In the silence of time, a whisper was born, soft as the night before the first dawn, where shadows walked without a name, and every heartbeat sounded the same. The sky stood still in silver thought, holding dreams the daylight forgot, while moments drifted like falling snow to places only memories know. Time did not speak, yet all could hear its quiet steps drawing near. Through broken clocks and fading chimes echoed the breath of endless rhymes. A lonely road beneath the stars carried the scars of unseen wars. Footprints faded before they stayed, like promises silently betrayed. The wind remembered ancient cries, hidden beneath forgotten skies, and carried stories far away, from yesterday into someday. Silence sat beside the sea, watching waves of destiny, each one rising, each one gone, like night surrendering to dawn. A child once laughed within the air, leaving innocence everywhere. But time moved on without goodbye, teaching even joy to sigh. Old trees listened, roots held deep, guardians of secrets they keep, counting years without a sound, while seasons circled all around. The moon wrote letters on the tide, words the oceans chose to hide, and stars replied with trembling light, guarding dreams throughout the night. In silent rooms where memories stay, dust collects what hearts betray, photographs begin to fade, yet feelings never truly shade. Time's silence is not empty space, it is the echo we cannot chase, a mirror where the soul can see what was, what is, what cannot be. A traveler walked with weary eyes, searching truth beneath disguise, as hours slipped between his hands, like scattered grains of distant sands. He asked the wind, "Where do we go?" The wind replied, too soft to know, for time keeps answers locked inside, where questions endlessly reside. Morning arrived without a sound, painting gold upon the ground, yet even light could not erase the quiet carved on every face. Love once bloomed in fleeting spring, gentle as a sparrow's wing, but time grew still and petals fell, leaving stories none could tell. Silence watched two souls apart, holding halves of one same heart, neither wrong and neither right, just lost between day and night. Clocks continued their steady art, ticking echoes through the heart, yet meaning lived between each beat, where endings and beginnings meet. The river flowed yet never spoke, carrying dreams the world had broke, polishing pain into shining grace, before returning it to space. Even sorrow learned to rest inside time's unspoken chest, for grief grows quiet after tears, softens slowly through the years. Mountains stood in patient peace, knowing storms would someday cease, their silence stronger than the roar of battles fought forevermore. Night returned with gentle hands, covering earth like shifting sands, and in its calm, the world could find a hidden refuge for the mind. Time's silence is a sacred art, a language spoken by the heart, not through words the lips may say, but through moments slipping away. Every goodbye becomes a seed, growing where old memories bleed, and every ending, strange yet true, makes space for something new. A poet sat beside the flame, writing verses without a name, listening to the quiet flow of truths only silence can show. He wrote of loss and fragile light, of endless days and sleepless night, of hope that walked through deepest pain and learned to rise again, again. The silence of time held his pen, guiding now as it did then, for words are born where stillness lives, and meaning comes from what time gives. Stars slowly faded into blue, as dawn awakened something new, yet silence lingered, calm and wise, hidden behind awakening skies. People hurried, unaware of timeless peace surrounding air, chasing seconds, fearing end. Forgetting time is not a friend, nor enemy, nor passing guest, but silent rhythm in the chest. In laughter's pause, in sorrow's seam, in waking life and fleeting dream, time listens more than it speaks, strength within the fragile and weak. And when the final hour appears, beyond all hopes and hidden fears, time will not shout nor loudly cry, it will simply stand nearby, holding silence like the sea, endless, deep, and quietly free, where every soul at last may climb into the silence of time. Beyond the dawn, the quiet grew, painting the world in deeper hue, where echoes walked on silver ground, yet never dared to make a sound. A distant bell once tried to ring, but silence wrapped around its swing and held the note before its birth, returning calm back to the earth. The hours drifted like unseen rain, falling softly over joy and pain, each drop a memory passing through, leaving the old, creating the new. Time watched lovers meet and part, writing distance across the heart. Yet in the space where words were gone, a deeper understanding shone. An old man sat beside the fire, eyes reflecting lost desire, counting years like fading light, melting slowly into night. He spoke to no one, yet confessed to silence resting in his chest, for time had taught what voices fail. Truth survives where words grow pale. A bird crossed skies no clock could hold, its wings a story never told, free from minutes, free from fear, living only in the here. Children played beneath the sun, believing time had just begun, their laughter louder than regret, unaware of endings yet. But shadows lengthened on the land, guided by time's unseen hand, reminding all who dared to see, nothing escapes eternity. Rain arrived without a plea, speaking softly to the sea, each ripple answering in grace, as moments vanished without trace. Silence walked through crowded streets, between 1,000 hurried feet, ignored by minds too loud to hear, the wisdom always standing near. A woman gazed from window light, searching meaning in the night. Her reflection asked no why, only watched the hours pass by. Dreams unfolded, then withdrew, like morning covered by the dew, leaving hearts unsure but strong, wondering where they belong. Time collected whispered prayers, hidden deep in human cares, not to judge nor to decide, only letting them reside. The mountains breathed a frozen calm, holding storms within their palm, teaching patience to the sky, as restless winds went rushing by. Silence carved the canyon deep, where ancient echoes still may sleep, proof that even quiet force can reshape a mighty course. The poet wandered once again, through fields of memory and pain, listening for the hidden rhyme, inside the silent voice of time. He heard it not with ears alone, but in the marrow of his bone, a rhythm steady, vast, and slow, like roots beneath the earth's soft glow. Night embraced the weary land, stars like dust in heaven's hand, and every light that seemed so far was someone's long-forgotten star. Time remembered every tear, every hope and every fear, holding them without demand, like grains of sand within its hand. A clock collapsed in empty space, still time continued its embrace, for hours exist beyond the gear, beyond the ticking humans here. Silence is the truest guide, walking always at our side, not ahead nor left behind, but dwelling gently in the mind. The sea grew calm beneath the moon, knowing morning comes too soon, yet never grieving passing night, for change itself is hidden light. A traveler closed tired eyes, releasing questions to the skies, and in that pause he came to see, time is silent to set us free. Moments are not meant to stay, they bloom, then slowly fade away, like candles burning soft and thin, lighting worlds that live within. The wind returned with ancient tone, singing truths the earth had known, that every ending softly sows, the seed from which tomorrow grows. Silence held the fragile hour, like a gardener holds a flower, careful not to break its grace, yet knowing none can keep its place. Morning rose with patient flame, yet nothing truly stayed the same, for time had turned another page, quietly aging every age. Still the world rushed unaware, chasing futures everywhere, while silence waited, calm and wise, behind the noise of endless tries. And somewhere deep where thoughts align, beyond the reach of measured time, a truth awakened, still and clear. The present moment lives right here. So breathe the pause between each beat, where finite and forever meet, for life reveals its truest rhyme inside the silence of time. Evening descended without a sound, spreading shadows across the ground, as if the day, tired and wise, closed its story beneath dark skies. Lanterns flickered along the street, mirroring hearts that skipped a beat, each flame a moment briefly alive, trying against the dark to survive. Time observed without command, neither cruel nor gently planned, only flowing, calm and deep, where waking thoughts and dreams both sleep. A river hummed its wordless song, carrying centuries along, never asking where or why, only moving, passing by. Silence lingered in falling leaves, in autumn's soft and golden eves, where endings dressed in beauty stand, before returning to the land. A young soul asked the fading air, "Does time remember that we were there?" The breeze replied with tender grace, "Nothing is lost without a trace." Footsteps echoed down a hall, where portraits watched the years grow small, eyes of past lives still and deep, guarding memories time will keep. A violin cried somewhere far, its melody a wandering star, breaking silence just enough to show that quiet can be tough. For silence is not always peace. Sometimes it begs for sweet release, holding storms we cannot show, teaching hidden pain to grow. Yet time, in mercy, slows the ache, softening wounds we cannot shake, turning sharp despair to dust, until acceptance learns to trust. Clouds moved slowly, vast and pale, writing stories without a tale, across horizons wide and free, where thought dissolves in infinity. A candle burned beside a bed, lighting words left unsaid, its trembling glow a fragile sign of life existing beyond design. The night grew deep, the stars drew near, listening close to human fear, as if the universe itself placed every worry on a shelf. Silence walked through sleeping towns, past hidden smiles and secret frowns, collecting dreams like scattered light, to return them with the morning bright. Time touched faces lined with years, tracing laughter mixed with tears, showing beauty carved by days, in quiet, patient, unseen ways. A mother hummed a gentle tune, rocking hope beneath the moon, her voice a bridge through passing days, guiding love through endless maze. Children slept in fearless grace, time pausing in their dreaming space, for innocence knows not the race, nor fears the future's hidden face. Mountains watched the stars rotate, never hurried, never late, understanding without speech what restless minds cannot yet reach. The poet paused his wandering pen, listening deeper once again, for words arrive when silence leads, not from desire, but from needs. He felt the weight of countless hours, blooming like invisible flowers, each one fragile, brief, and true, colored by a different hue. Time does not erase the soul, it reshapes and makes it whole, like rivers smoothing stubborn stone, until compassion stands alone. A lonely bell began to sway, greeting slowly coming day, its echo soft, almost confined, yet vast enough to move the mind. Dawn approached on quiet feet, where night and morning gently meet, and in that space, both dark and light shared one breath before their flight. Silence held the fragile seam between reality and dream, where truth appears without disguise, reflected in awakening eyes. Birdsong broke the gentle air, a reminder life is fair, not in ease nor endless cheer, but in presence, always here. Time unfolded golden rays, opening yet another phase, without announcement or demand, just sunlight warming waiting land. People woke to daily sound, feet returning to the ground, yet silence lingered deep inside, where truest understandings hide. The traveler smiled for no clear reason, feeling peace beyond a season, for he had learned what few may claim. Stillness and time are just the same. Moments neither slow nor fast, only labeled future or past, but in the now, forever stays, untouched by counting human days. And so the journey carried on, through every dusk and every dawn, guided not by chime or rhyme, but by the silence of time. Afternoon light grew soft and wide, stretching slowly with the tide, as shadows leaned on walls of gold, telling stories never told. Time breathed gently through the trees, hidden in the drifting breeze, where every leaf that touched the ground completed life without a sound. A clock tower stood above the square, marking hours unaware, for though its hands refused to rest, silence ruled within its chest. Vendors called and children ran, following no careful plan, Yet even noise could not erase the quiet woven into space. A stray dog slept beside the sun, dreaming days already done, unconcerned with loss or gain, free from future, free from pain. Clouds gathered like thoughtful minds, leaving restless winds behind, as if the sky itself would pause to contemplate unseen laws. The poet wandered near a stream, watching reflections drift and gleam, learning truths the water knew. Nothing stays, yet all is true. Pebbles shifted under flow, patient where the currents go, teaching hearts that strength may lie in letting restless moments fly. Silence settled in his breath, calmer than the thought of death, for endings are not loud or wild, but gentle as a sleeping child. A distant train crossed fading land, its echo like a waving hand, saying farewell without regret to places it had briefly met. Time listened to departing sound, then wrapped stillness all around, restoring balance once again, after movement, after strain. Even grief began to rest, held inside time's quiet chest, no longer sharp, no longer loud, just memory beneath a cloud. A woman read an old letter, hoping somehow to feel better, ink grown faint yet meaning strong, proof that love can linger long. Tears fell softly, slow and warm, not a storm but after storm, where healing walks with silent feet, and broken pieces slowly meet. The sun leaned low toward the west, painting fire upon the crest of mountains standing calm and still, guardians of timeless will. Birds returned to hidden nests, ending small adventurous quests, trusting darkness would not stay, for night prepares another day. Silence deepened with the glow, as daylight learned to let go, teaching hearts the sacred art of graceful endings from the start. The sky turned violet and deep, where wandering thoughts